All right, what's up, everybody? We were thinking about getting this truck washed because Friday we picked up some bugs. I don't know if you guys can see all that. I think it's coming through, but yeah. The only problem is I let my son use my car, so I got the wife's Suburban, and yeah, I got to get it back to her so she can make the her rounds in the afternoon. And yeah, so turns out the line is a little bit too long at the truck wash, which the truck wash is just that building just beyond those trailers over there. So I thought, I'd just drive around the corner, whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna look for a load for tomorrow, and I'm just gonna show you guys kind of my process right now for how I'm looking for loads. And I think I'm gonna run a rag over the front of this truck, at least try and knock all those bugs off. I definitely need to get it washed before I head out on the road tomorrow. So that truck wash is open 7 to 7. So maybe we'll come back and we'll try another time when there's not as many people out. Or maybe we'll run up to Stockton and go to the truck tub, because I kind of like them anyway. But we'll see what happens. Let me show you guys what we're gonna do, how I've been looking for loads, my process so far as a new authority, the way that I'm looking for loads. All right, let's do it. All right, so we're gonna look for a load for tomorrow, and we're gonna start on the computer. I like the DAT load board. I don't know. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I'm not a Sammy Lloyd, trying to have any partnership with them. I just like the variety. So far with power only, it's been difficult, but I think that's what maybe some guys aren't all the way understanding about my setup right now, is that I'm power only. I only can haul other people's trailers, and so my rate per mile is going to be lower than, I had people commenting that I was not making enough on my first load, that $1,200, and I'm sitting there like, okay, I ran 500 miles for $250 a mile. If I did that every day, right? If I did that every day, $250 a mile, 500 miles, and I did 2,500 miles, you know what I mean? It's like 1,200, that's 6,000 a week. That is what, 6,000 a week times 52. So yeah, I'm looking at over $300,000 a year if I ran that 5 days a week. So one truck making over $300,000 a year is good. For those of you who don't know, that's good. That's good. If you're making $3 to $4 a mile, which is what one commenter said, I make $3 to $4 a mile on everything. If you do that every single day for 5 days a week, and you run what the mileage that I just ran, 500 miles on my first load, you realize that you're saying that your one truck makes $500,000 a year, right? If that was common throughout trucking, we'd all be way better off, but we're not, because it's not typical of daily work. If you're going out, every type of trucking is different. When you're going out, longer distances, if you're doing short hops, if you're, every market's different. And so I just want to share with you guys where I'm at, my second week of having my authority. We're trying to find loads. I have an appointment in the morning, Tuesday morning, so I couldn't take anything on Monday down south like I kind of had hoped to. Well, my Friday plan got totally wrecked, so you can watch that in the previous video. The video Convoy load didn't go as planned. But nevertheless, we actually got that load closed out today, so I'm happy about that. So I should get paid. I forget if it's 1 or 2 days that they do for their quick pay. But it's that load is going to end up being a winner, even though it was frustrating and it didn't go like I wanted it to. Yeah, Convoy is going to make it right, from what it seems like. So gives me hope to work with them in the future, because they well, it's lucrative. It's lucrative. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. If in the end I ran about 300 something miles, and I'm getting paid full rate as if I ran down to LA, plus a change of location or change of I forget what they called it, but nevertheless, change of destination that they gave me on there. So it's, you know, it's paying good. So anyway, all of that to say, we're going to check out the load board right now. So we're going to start with DAT. And so here's who, okay, so first off, here's who I'm set up with to haul, okay? All of these work with new authorities. So those of you who want to know what brokers work with new authorities, I just learned this from YouTube, and I've set up with them now. And so I'm on Convoy, Uber Freight, both have their own apps. TQL, which has an app, but a lot of their stuff isn't on the app. I'm actually seeing more stuff on the DAT load board that kind of fits more what I'm looking for as far as power only and that kind of thing. And then I'm also set up with what's the other one? I said, oh, CH Robinson. And the reason I forget about them, because they're huge, right? They're a huge broker. They're like one of the biggest, but they don't have any power only, at least in my area. So those are the first 4 I signed up with. And then I got signed up with, the first load I ever did was TCI, and that was just off the DAT load board. And I asked them, hey, do you guys work with new authorities? And they said, hey, as long as you're not as long as you're authorized, we're good. And I was like, cool. So, so I've got those 5 set up. And then, Rogue Knight, what's up, Rogue Knight? He told me to get set up with Next Trucking. They run primarily out of LA. So, all their freight's down there. And actually I got approved by them, but a lot of their work is drayage work, port work. So I'm not looking to do that. I actually have a customer that's about 40 minutes from my house, 45 minutes from my house, that I could get set up to run direct freight for going into the port. It doesn't pay amazing, and it's port work, which is, it's hard. They call them la cucarachas. All right. The port trucks. So, there's a reason why. The cockroaches are everywhere. But anyway, so I've set up with those 5, and then today I got set up with Amazon. So we've got 6 that I'm like directly set up with, and they all have their own apps and their own things. Well, except for TCI, I just got their stuff off of the freight board, the load board. But nevertheless, those are who I'm set up with. Those are who I'm looking to see what loads I can get. So I'm on each of their apps looking, and Uber doesn't have hardly any power only. CH Robinson doesn't, and TQL doesn't. Theirs are more on the power only I've found for them are on the DAT load board, not on their app. And then Convoy has some, which I've already ran one. I bid on one today, so we'll see. That's for tomorrow. And so I just want to show you guys anyway the DAT load board. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to go to recent searches because I'm just trying to run one lane. My home in Turlock down towards San Bernardino, and obviously there's a radius around both of those. So right here, this is Turlock within 150 miles of Turlock to San Bernardino within 300 miles of San Bernardino, because I really don't care where I go down south as long as it's somewhere. And I'll even go up north, which it'll give me the options of seeing if it's you know, anyway, there's other loads that fall outside of your search criteria that it will show you. And then this is for power only. So we're going to click on this, and we're sorted by age right now. So these are the newest ones. And if you've ever watched Sammy's videos, you know what this looks like. You know, you've got Tracy to San Bernardino. You've got JB Hunt Transport is the broker. You've got the weight, 5,000 pounds. So check this out over here. See how it says empty trailer move, power only, 5,000 pounds, empty trailer move. So a ton of what we get in Northern California, because of the freight market we're in, is moving empty trailers back to LA, because LA has more freight than Northern California. So LA sends a bunch of freight up, and then there's not enough freight to fill those trailers to get them back down to the shippers in LA. So what they end up doing is just paying guys to drag them down there. And they try to get you to do them where it's called Loadout, where they give you the opportunity to put a load in it, your own load in it, find a load off the load boards, put your own load in it. So they give you like 100 or 200 bucks. And then you find a load. And so you kind of you got 2 loads going at the same time. One is the actual load and the other is the trailer. And so you've got 2 picks, 2 drops, and it doesn't pay that good unless you can find a really good load. So we're just gonna scroll down here because I'm not set up with JB Hunt. They won't take new authorities. You gotta wait 30 days for them. Sureway Transportation has some terrible reviews, and I think this is why, because they're just spamming. You look at all these were all posted 1 minute before I searched. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So they're just spamming. Oh, that's a Global Trans too. They do the same thing. So here's a empty trailer. I can guarantee it. Right here it says tow away. So right there, when they're offering a tow away trailer, what they want is for you to just grab the trailer and drag it straight down to Southern California. You cannot put a load in it, so you're getting $500 for 384 miles. So not a great rate per mile, but it gets you down into the good freight market of LA. All right, Sureway, Braz Logistics. I haven't seen that one very much. Big Bird Transportation. That's awesome. Let's see. Norfleet. Yeah, so anyway, so this is what I'm looking at. You see how all of these are almost all, yeah, Loadout trailer. They're almost all entirely loadout trailers and some towaways. So if we sort by offer rate, we'll see if there's actually any real loads on the board going down south. Let's see. Yeah, no, this is another rollaway. King of Freight, Wichita, Kansas. I don't know that one very well. Global Trans has all of those. These are all rollaways, towaways. I mean, towaways, towaway. So that is an option that I'm going to be looking at, is to do some towaways just to get down south. But I'd like to find a load, and I'm playing with the idea of maybe doing some loadout trailers, but we'll see. We shall see. So those of you who are frowning on my business model as of this moment, the plan isn't to stay power only. The plan is to get a trailer. Promise. Let me show you what this looks like. Let's do a new search. Let's go Turlock to San Bernardino. V right there, that stands for van instead of power only. Let's see what's on the load board for that. All right, let's see. First one is Sunnyvale to San Diego, so that's a decent little jaunt, 469 miles, and you're at $900, so just under $2 a mile. And that's what they're offering. Landstar Ranger, we're looking at 533 miles, and they're paying just right around $2 a mile at $1,100, and it puts you down into San Diego. You've got Auburn to LA. That one is 416 miles, and they're offering $700. Fresno to Rancho Dominguez. Looks like this might be a partial. Yeah, it's a partial load for $450. Hayward to Santa Fe Springs, $1,200. So they're paying a little bit better, north of $250 a mile. So that's good. Tulare to LA for $650. Tulare is a lot further south than where I'm at, so I could bobtail down all the way over there. So if I have my trailer, you guys would see that there's at least some more options available to me, right? Like the problem we're having is the market I'm in for power only. That's really the issue we're having. Oh, you guys can't see the screen very well. For some reason I thought you guys could see it better. Maybe the sun is shifting. So here's a Fresno to Vegas, $1,600. Sacramento to Vegas, $1,700. Sacramento to Henderson, which is basically Vegas, $1,500. Stockton to Paris, California for $1,500. XPO Logistics. See, if I had a dry van, I'd be calling XPO right now. Paris, California is just south of like Riverside, I think, somewhere down in that area. And I mean, if you're getting 1,500 to go 408 miles, you're doing good. So this is actually really good Monday loads. These guys must be trying to move stuff from last week or something. But so this is what kind of the end goal will be, is to be getting these numbers on the way down, and then I'll just show you guys what it's like coming south. I mean, coming from down there up here when you have your own trailer. You want to see what that is? Should be, usually it's pretty close to what these are going south, so I'm wondering if this is going to be, if it's going to be even higher today, if we're going to see some 2500s or something to come north. Let's see. It's thinking about it. It's thinking about it. Oh, we got a 3,000. We got San Bernardino to Reno, 455 miles for $3,000. That's nice. Riverside to Sac, 2,200, Coyote Logistics. I'm trying to stay in California. Here you go. LA to Red Bluff, which is almost up to Redding. So that's 514 miles for $2,000. So you're almost at $4 a mile right there. Almost. Commerce to Richmond, TQL. That is $5 a mile, guys, right there. So you see, you take a hit going south. That's just the way it is. You take a little bit of a hit going south, and then you get a little bit better coming up north. And these Monday rates are higher than usual. And I don't know if let's see, San Bernardino to Tracy for US Express in Chattanooga. Drop trailer at receiver, 24 to 48 hours. No thanks. San Diego to San Leandro. So anyway, this is what we're looking at, guys. Moreno Valley to Tracy. So that is the end goal. So if I went down, you know, for 1,500 and came back for 2,000, that's 3,500 in a 2-day stretch. So that's not bad. Now the rates don't stay like that. Believe me, I've been monitoring this thing quite a bit. But that's what we're doing. That's what the goal is. Okay, that's where we're headed. So this is the Amazon Relay load board, and I am looking in that same thing. This is power only. So we're looking at let's see, Fresno to Chino. Oh, this is 26-foot trucks. Okay, let's see. These are for the 17th, and today is the 12th. All right. Let's see. Did we? Oh, it hasn't updated. We need to update it. All right, here we go. Let's see if there's anything for today. I don't see anything for today. Let's see similar matches down here. Looks like a lot of Reno. Here's a Hayward for Tuesday. But it's going down to Vegas, and they want to. Oh, and this actually needs a trailer, so they don't. That one's not power only. So yeah, so it doesn't look like there's much going on Amazon load board. Let me open up my phone and show you guys what I'm doing on my phone, so you guys can see the different apps and kind of what we're looking at on the apps. All right, let's do it. So we're gonna look at my phone. And what we're going to look at, my beautiful wife first, but then we got brokers. I have all the broker apps in one little folder. So we'll start with Convoy. We'll go to offers. So that's where they have their loads at. I have it set up. Well, here, let's search. So current location within 50 miles. So we'll bump that up to 100. Delivery, I want to stay in California. Submit. Trailer, ooh, we got to go power only. And then pickup dates, let's go skip today. Let's go tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Let's do all week because there's not very many, so I'd rather get an idea of what it's going to look like all week. So the first one we're looking at is Tracy to Merced. And that is just an empty trailer from Tracy to Merced. So if I found myself in Tracy and I was like, I'm on my way to Merced anyway, maybe I would try and do that for a couple $100, but otherwise I'm not really interested. This one is a round trip. So you see this 655 miles, and basically Santa Clara is 100 miles from where I park my truck. So I bumped that up to 855 miles. And then I just bid basically my lowest amount. So you guys see I already placed a bid on this. So it's Santa Clara, where I was at on Friday, Owens Corning, taking it down to L&W Supply in Sun Valley, which is actually like San Fernando Valley. It's not quite all the way down to LA. And then you have to bring the empty trailer back to Santa Clara. So they're trying to get someone to do that for 980 miles. So if I was to do for what they're offering at my 850 miles, I'd be like at $1.05 a mile or whatever it is. So not interested in that. But excuse me. There's a bunch of little empty trailer moves. Tracy to Santa Clara, Elk Grove to Merced. This one is just taking a load on Thursday, Merced, Tracy, and then back to Merced. So you're taking a preloaded trailer, live unloading it, you know, like, I don't know, probably what, 70 miles away, something like that, and then bringing it back to the facility in Merced. Here's another one for Thursday as well. So they've got two of those going right now. You know, depending on what the loading situation, or I'm sorry, unloading situation is over there. I mean, if you're going to Safeway, or yeah, if you're doing the Safeway facility, that's not even close to worth it. It's just not, even because then they're going to pay what, $40 an hour when you go into detention. And let me tell you, if you go to Safeway in Tracy, you're probably going to hit detention. I mean, things might have changed in the last 5 years since I've been over there doing that dry van, but I don't imagine they've changed too much. So yeah, and then another Merced, Tracy to Merced. So you're just round tripping, going over there, letting them offload the trailer, and then bringing the empty trailer back to Merced. So I mean, if you ran a couple of those in one day, you know, you'd run about 300 miles, and you know, if you were towards the top of their range there, you could make over $700 on 300 miles. So you'd be looking at, you know, a decent little per mile, at least over $2 a mile. But nobody really wants to do that, and the chances of getting hung up over there are great. The chances are likely. So I'm not interested in that. Little short little deliveries, not my gig. Plus the goal is always to get down to LA. So yeah, there's no other loads here, so we're gonna move on to the next app. Let's see. I'm gonna skip the 123 load board. That's just a free load board. They let you look at 3 loads per day for free. No sign up, no nothing. They give you the information on them, and then you call the broker. It's just a generic load board. They don't own any loads. They're just a load board. So TQL carrier dashboard. So I have my searches already favorited so that I can just click on it and see if there's any loads that match my criteria. Oh, here we go. Okay, French Camp to French Camp, but it's just a round trip, so it's 1,500 miles, and I wonder where it goes in between. Let's see. You know what? It doesn't even say. It doesn't even say where you're going. So you got to call them. You got to ask them. That's the one thing about the Convoy app that I like. When they put a round trip on there, they show you each spot numbered. And these guys, if this is a similar load to the other one they had on there on Friday, or on, I'm sorry, no, it was on Sunday, then it's going down to Edwards Air Force Base. So what is that, like? That's like Mojave, right? Pretty sure that's Edwards. Anyway, so That's something that we might bid on. 1,400 miles though. That's 2 trips, right? Maybe even 3. It might be more like, I don't know. So that's one I wouldn't bid on the app. I would call them and get the specific details on that one before I commit to a price, because you know, if you're dropping and hooking down there, it's different. If you're live unloading down there and you're at one of those big what do they call those? Exchange? Is it exchange warehouse? I don't remember. Anyway, the military warehousing. Yeah, we'll see. I might call on that one later. Let's see. Let's go back to this. Okay, we're going Uber Freight now. So Uber Freight, I already have it set up for California power only. That's basically all it's showing me is California power only. So we got San Bernardino going to Moreno Valley. Wait, April 9th to April 21st? I don't get it. I mean, you're supposed to just park that. Here we go. Van Nuys, Fresno, back to Van Nuys. So that's another round tripper. Moreno Valley to San Bernardino, they're right next door to each other. 28 miles. So yeah, those are the power onlys we're looking at down there. So like I said, guys, power only sucks. And then JB Hunt, I already told you, we got to wait 30 days. Coyote, you got to wait, I believe it's 30 days. And then here's C.H. Robinson, it's the Navisphere. Oh, I can't show you guys this. All right. Fine loads, Turlock, San Bernardino, for this whole week, basically. Full and partial, power only, any weight, search, and no results found. So that's just the way it is around here right now, guys. That's just how we're having to work with this. Is we're having to just figure it out. So the quicker I can get a trailer, the better things are going to be. Seeing those loads on the van side really shows you like there's potential to make a little bit of money, at least around the weekends, right? I mean, it's not. I guarantee you, the Tuesday, Wednesday loads aren't going to be as high as those ones were. But nevertheless, you know, you make 3,500 between Friday and Monday, running loads back and forth, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe you just run one load down there and back for 2,000 total. And then, so you made 5,500 for the week. You kind of took it easy. You didn't run crazy. If you want to run crazy and maybe take a little bit less per mile on your loads all week, you know, you could go north, south, north, south, north, south. I mean, you can work 6 days and make 3 trips. And, you know, if you just average 2,500 per trip, then you're looking at 7,500 a week. And that's just averaging 2,500. So I think that's doable. Averaging, like with the ones that are high, like we saw today, you can, if we had loads going both directions today, which is impossible, but I think Friday probably had similar rates to this. You know, if you had a load coming up Friday and then going back Monday, you would be making 3,500. So between the weekend rates of 3,500 and then maybe the lesser rates throughout the week, maybe you're only making like 2,000 on a round trip, you can make pretty good money just running north and south in California. So that's the plan. We just got to get our trailer. I actually met someone when I was putting fuel just now, when I decided not to get the truck washed because there was such a big line. And he came over just to compliment me on the truck, and he said, "What do you haul?" And I told him, "Oh man, I'm just trying to pick up loads wherever I can. I'm running power only. I don't have a trailer yet." And he goes, "Man, I'm gonna get you a number for someone." And so anyway, so I don't know, we'll see. I mean, he's talking about the dairies around here. They've got trailers that they need moved, and they're just trying to find guys to move them. And I had someone comment in the comments pretty early on in the trailer search video. They said, "Hey, you should just do dairy work, do milk." And so anyway, I don't know, we'll see. I mean, if it pays, it pays, and I don't really care if I'm hauling someone else's trailer or my own. I'd like to get into, I mean, those rates were good, right? Those were good. Can you guys at least give me that the plan, like in the future, is good, that we probably will be averaging between, you know, probably close to 3 miles, $3 per mile. I almost said 3 miles per gallon. That would suck. That's not good, guys. But yeah, we probably will be averaging $3 a mile running this lane, probably. All right, and if we run hard, that's some good money. It's decent money. It's not amazing money, but it'll pay the bills and put a little extra in savings and get us where we need to go. So that, at least give me that. At least trust me that I did a little bit of research before I did this. It's just the trailer deal fell through that I was on, and now we're just waiting for the trailer situation to sort itself out. And while that's happening, we got to run power only, and we're going to take a hit for it. But we're learning as we go. We're figuring things out. We're letting our authority mature, right? So all that's happening right now. And yeah, so that's where we're at, guys. So I feel like a little bit, maybe this video was a little bit to like defend myself, that I'm not a complete idiot, but also to show anyone who is looking at getting into this, these are the things that you're going to run into. Some of this is specific to this time in the world with COVID-19 having an effect on trailer production, and kind of this being everyone coming out of it and everyone trying to like hoard trailers right now. The big companies aren't recycling them and selling them to the dealers. There's some sort of a wait for the production on new trailers, so there's not a lot of trailers out here. So some of this is just due to you know, the timing of all of this, but some of this is what you can expect. You know, when you're new authority, you only have so many brokers that'll work with you. You got to just hustle on the phone and call on that DAT load board. If I had a trailer, it would be a lot easier to just hustle and call because there's a lot of loads. You just have to hustle and find one that will take your rate. Power only, there's only few, you know, there's very few loads. So anyway, we're gonna wrap this video up because I've been rambling on. I can feel it in my throat. It's getting a little dry and scratchy because I've just been talking. So this is it. We're out. Love you guys. Peace.